short and sweet cup competition, we move on to the longer and tougher league play. I'm Mia Cabalfin.
Participating squads will now be separated into two divisions, but there surely won't be any let-up in terms of action and intensity on the pitch. I'm Mariel Benitez.
So it's a new beginning, but the same brand of football only the UFL can provide. I'm Paolo Buendia, and this is
the United Football League. It's our game.
They took a brief hiatus in the LBC UFL Cup, but now they're ready to plunge back into league action. Let's find out what's new with their comebacking squad in our team profile. Kaya, the Filipino word for we can, or susi ng kapatiran in the pre-Filipino writing system, alibata. And in the local football community, a formidable team with players tough as nails.
We're actually turning 15 years. We started this, I was one of the founding members. In 1996, a group of guys who love football decided to get together and play. But, eventually our aim was to form a competitive club that could actually compete with the armed forces teams. No? And I think we're getting closer to that goal.
In the inaugural season of the United Football League, Kaya finished second in the first division. Unfortunately, due to inevitable circumstances, Kaya had to withdraw from the LBC UFL Cup, much to the dismay of their big fan base. But even during Kaya's break from the LBC UFL Cup, the team has been busy looking for players and strengthening their already great lineup.
A lot of people don't know that Ali Borromeo and Anton started playing with Kaya when they were 15, 16-year-olds. Eventually, they matured to be the players that they are now, and they're actually the pride of Kaya. I also just came from Rio for the Homeless World Cup. Now, I told my Homeless World Cup players to try out. Only 3 made it, but the other 2 are in our training pool. Talking about other players, we have Alex Camara from Liberia, the number 7 guy, winger, really quick. We have Eric is from Ivory Coast, and he was really solid in the defensive mid position.
And now, with the new leadership of founding member Rudy Del Rosario, Kaya is back to make their presence felt and to dominate the field once again. There's more football after we return from this break.
Welcome back. Less than 24 hours since a new champion was crowned, action in the UFL resumed as the league competition kicked off. And there was no drop in the level of play as one squad returned triumphant to the UFL. Check them out in our Match of the Week. Kaya FC made its presence felt in the opening minutes of the match. Coach Rudy Del Rosario's side wasted no time in attacking Navy FC's defense. The breakthrough came in the 29th minute when Yannick Tuason put Kaya ahead 1-0. The lead doubled 7 minutes later when Philip Zemen capitalized on a defensive error to find the back of the net. 2-0, Kaya. The first half may be coming to a close, but the boys in yellow were not done yet. Navy FC's Lyndon Zamora earned a second yellow card, handing the opponent a chance to score on a free kick. Kaya defender and Azcal standout Anton Del Rosario's clinical goal made it 3-0 Kaya as Navy FC were down to 10 men. The second half lacked the energy of the first, with Kaya nursing a daunting 3-0 lead. Navy capitalized on their opponent's sluggish start as Jimmy Dimzon cut Kaya's lead to 2 goals. Navy would have pulled another goal back, but an offside call went against them. In the 79th minute, Kaya veteran and Azcal's captain Ali Borromeo, back in his home club from a loan with newly crowned LBC UFL Cup champs Global Smartmatic, scored a goal for good measure, making it 4-1 Kaya. With 2 minutes left in regular time, Navy's Benedict Hardiniano added to Navy's score. A good save by Kaya substitute keeper Christopher Kamkam in extra time assured Kaya of a 4-2 scoreline up to the final whistle. Man of the match honors went to Kaya's Yannick Tuason.
For Kaya, it's always possession ball. We try to play the Barca play, just quick passing, release the ball as early as possible. And as long as we score early, team has confidence, sure win.
Kailangan talaga namin ng more on team building talaga. Kailangan namin more on practice pa.
I was very satisfied with our game in the first half. The truth is, I was disappointed in our second half game because we sort of relaxed knowing we were up 3-0, no? That's why Navy got back 3-1. Armed Forces teams are known for their physical game. And I told them to expect it, but of course, it's at the end of the day, we got our 3 points and that's what we were after. Our first win.
Now for more about the encounter between Kaya and Navy, here's our post-match analysis.
After an early attempt by Navy, Kaya's Yannick Tuason had 2 attempts that were not good enough for the opening goal. A few plays later, he fails to head the ball squarely as it glances away from the goal. Kaya's slick passing and quick interplay starts to take over the match. With Navy desperate to get a share of possession. Cup MVP and Azcal skipper Ali Borromeo, back with his old club, continued to make his presence felt in midfield, supplying passes to the forwards and having his own attempts on goal. At this point in the match, Navy is just hanging on as Kaya applies wave after wave of pressure, which produces some dangerous attempts by Ali and Alex Camera Faye. It was in one of these quick exchanges that finally produces the opening goal from man of the match Yannick Tuason. The first half closes with Kaya up 3-0. Thanks to Kaya's relentless attack and rock-solid defense anchored by Azcal defender Anton Del Rosario. The second half starts really slow for both teams. The energy level suddenly drops, but Kaya still dominates possession. Unlike the first half, they were not able to penetrate deep into the Navy defense. Jimmy Dinzon's goal for Navy changes the complexion of the match, as Navy looks to have woken up at last. They had a very close offside call go against them, and could have pulled another goal back if it was not called. Both teams are reduced to 10 men as Eric Dargo from Kaya receives his second yellow card. Against the run of play, Kaya again played their quick passing game which led to their fourth goal. After surviving a late challenge by Navy, Kaya appears to have shaken off their ring rust, issuing an early warning shot to the rest of the league.
We'll tell you about an amazing journey to the UFL after this break.
Good to have you back. They say it's not about the destination, but the journey. For three young men, football has taken them on an amazing ride that's just beginning. Let's learn more about this trio's inspiring tale and how they made it to the UFL. They brought pride and honor to the country with their stunning victories abroad. And now they face a new challenge as rookies in the United Football League. No, I'm not talking about the Ascals, but rather members of the triumphant Team Jeepney Philippines in the 2010 Homeless World Cup in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. Meet twin brothers Hamid and Abdullah Pasion from Pagsanhan, Laguna, and Lexter Maravilla of Lucban, Quezon. These former players of Team Jeepney Philippines are the newest members of Kaya FC.
Bali, nakuha po kami yung bang nag-tryout din po.
Tryouts din.
Tryout din po kami. Bali, 5 po kami nag-tryout. Tapos kami lang po tatlo yung napili nila na siguro napili na gusto nila na meron kaming potential na pwede kaming ilahok sa Division 1.
We decided that these three would be able to cope up with the demands of a Division 1 competition. That's why we chose them.
Being on the same pitch with Ascal's captain Ali Borromeo and defender Anton Del Rosario initially intimidated the trio. But they were welcomed with open arms, and soon the three felt comfortable with their more famous new teammates.
Di bale, nagkandak po sila ng tryout sa probinsya namin sa Lucban, Quezon. Tapos yun, nung nalaman ko na may pa-tryout pala ang Homeless World Cup, ayun, hindi na ako nagdalawang isip na mag-tryout. Malaking bagay sila para sa amin sa team. Kasi marami silang tinuturo sa amin.
Okay.
Hindi lang sa loob ng laro, pati sa labas ng laro. Talagang tinuturuan nila kami.
Oo.
Na magpursige pa sa paglalaro.
Because of their experience in Rio, no, they were exposed to players of different nationalities. They made a lot of friends there. They're adjusting well with their teammates here, foreign teammates here also. You know, in fact, right now the team is turning into one big family.
The new Kaya recruits are fully aware that their journey is only beginning and that the future is bright and full of promise.
Kapag kayo nagpunta sa football, nasa baba naman po ang bola, kaya po makipagsabayan ng maliliit sa malalaki.
Sana po, supportahan nyo po yung UFL, tapos tingnan nyo po yung bagong new Kaya na team ngayon. Tapos, yung mga magagawa pa namin, at sana supportahan nyo rin yung Homeless World Cup Team Philippines na aalis ngayong August na kumukuha nga kami ng bagong membro ng Team Philippines na maglalaro sa Homeless World Cup. Sana po, supportahan natin ang Jeepney.
Football has a way of changing lives and providing better opportunities, and these three young men are living proof of that. Don't go away. More on the UFL and the Ascals when we return.
You're back with us here at the United Football League. It's our game. Now, in just a few days, the whole country will unite as we cheer on the Ascals as they take on Mongolia in Bacolod City.
And when we watch that match, it shouldn't come as a surprise to find out that a lot of the players representing the hosts are actually playing in the UFL as well.
Right, so let's find out how the UFL has become part of the Ascals and their success. Locally, the United Football League has been known as a breeding ground for Philippine football. With its high level of competition and steady development of players, the league has prospered and thrived in just a short period of time. Meanwhile, the stunning semi-final run of the Philippine squad in last year's Suzuki Cup elevated the level of awareness and interest of football to unimaginable heights in the country. The term Ascals entered the Pinoy's collective consciousness and no longer merely stood for stray dogs, but rather a group of men determined to make a mark in international football. So some may be wondering, what is the connection between the UFL and the Ascals? Well, for starters, the UFL is well represented in the national squad as nearly half of the Ascals also see action in the UFL. The UFL mainstays who have played for the flag know that their experience in the local league has benefited them.
Binigyan kami na pagkakataon na maglaro sa national team. So, yung pride namin nandyan para ipakita sa buong Pilipinas na yung kami ng mga locals kayang-kaya maglaro sa national team.
The past few years, national team, we haven't had many competitions, so pretty much UFL keeps me fit throughout the year.
Isang napakagandang pakiramdam kapag naglalaro ka sa national team, lalong-lalo na nire-represent mo yung country mo. At maririnig mo yung sigawan ng mga tao, nag-cheer sa'yo, o minsan binubu ka. Isang napakagandang pakiramdam.
Having several key players coming from the UFL, the leaders of Philippine football are also highly appreciative of the league's massive contributions to the national cause.
We need match fitness, and UFL games is one of those that are helping them as far as match fitness is concerned. Yeah.
No, I would hope that a lot of locals will be able to join the tryouts. I mean, we have leagues like the UFL, who has been very much supportive of local football, and we hope that players from the UFL league will go there and try it out with the field foreigners.
At present, no less than national team captain Ali Borromeo, who recently won an LBC UFL Cup title and the MVP award title playing for Global Smartmatic FC, and is now a member of powerhouse Kaya FC, can be considered as the poster boy of the UFL among the Ascals. Borromeo's success with the national squad and in the UFL has not surprisingly earned him the respect and admiration of many, making him a fan favorite.
When we see, when we would see Ali do well, we would cheer. And then when we'd see naman the other team or favorites in the other team, we'll support them then. But in the end of the day, kasi our hearts talaga were for the locals. Kasi super love namin talaga yung locals ng Ascals.
Borromeo, though, is not the only Ascal in the UFL who has caught the attention of followers. With the United Football League and the Philippine Football Federation working hand in hand to lift local football to another level, there is no doubt that the future will be brighter than ever. After the first leg of the AFC Challenge Cup, UFL action resumes next week.
Find out where and when your favorite squads and players will be in our upcoming schedule.
all the time we have for now. But before we go, football fan or not, please do support the Ascals as they take on Mongolia in the AFC Challenge Cup in Bacolod this Wednesday, February 9. And I'm Marielle Benitez.
For more on the UFL and the league tournament, log on to footballalliance.com.ph or look for LBC United Football League on Facebook. I'm Paulo Buendia.
Tune in again next week as we bring you anything and everything about the UFL. I'm Mia Capalfin, and this has been
the United Football League. It's our game.
Maybe improving a bit economically.
I-open mo sa kanya siguro about football para ma-relate niya rin yung larong football.
I'd tell him to be more aggressive and just be more aggressive in general.
I'd probably ask him to help put a stadium in this country. I think that's one thing we're lacking. You know, we want to play in front of the fans, especially in Manila. We're playing in Bacolod, but capacity is not enough to accommodate everyone. But you know, hopefully in Manila someday we'll get a stadium going on.
I'd like to thank him and hope that he supports football.
You're still watching the United Football League. It's our game. Now here is former UAAP Rookie of the Year and Best Defensive Player of the Year, Paulo Buendia, for his expert analysis on what transpired between Army Fritz Maxiol IBM and Global Smartmatic.
The semi-final encounter between Global Smartmatic and Army Fritz and Maxiol was a thrilling encounter where both teams proved that they were worthy to be in the semi-finals.
Global Smartmatic started out strong and peppered the Army goal early through attempts by Ali Borromeo and Kuzmas. They had the lion's share of possession and the ball was mostly in Army's defensive half. As the first half progressed, Army gradually played themselves into the game and came up with their own attempts on goal, with Ascal Ronel Henner making a nuisance of himself in the left flank for Army. He had a spectacular header saved by Global's keeper. The second half started just like the first, with Global getting out of the gates early and stamping their authority on the game. Isildin El Habib and Kuzmas were a source of danger every time they had possession of the ball. Army were content on attacking Global on the counter as their defense constantly soaked up the pressure. Credit to Army's defense as they were able to prevent Global from getting on the score sheet. Tragedy struck as Global was given a penalty near the end of the half. Ascal's skipper Ali Borromeo stepped up and coolly chipped his spot kick down the middle. But his kick was too soft and Army's keeper was able to recover and catch the ball before it crossed the line. The miss meant that the game would go into extra time. In extra time, the same story unfolded as Global tried their best to score the winning goal. They dominated possession and their wing-backs provided dangerous overlapping runs on either flank. Our man of the match, Ascal Jerry Barbosa, played an almost perfect game on the right side for Global. He stopped any danger that went his way and attacked whenever the opportunity presented itself. Global's constant pressure bore fruit as Kuzmas was brought down inside the penalty area. Ali again stepped up and made sure of his spot kick as he put the ball on the top right-hand corner of the goal, far away from the keeper's reach. Tense minutes ensued as Army tried to equalize, but in the end, Global Smartmatic prevailed.
So tune in next week for the finals.
Well, the stage is set and the final cast is complete. Now let's get a glimpse of what to expect for the finals. Paul and Marielle, what do you guys think?
Well, if it's between Union FC and Global Smartmatic, it will definitely be a good game. I mean, both teams being new in the finals, I think I'd pick Global Smartmatic just because their teams have the players in the ASCALs headed by team captain, of course, Ali Borromeo. But I think it would be a good game because Union FC also did not have any defeats yet during the tournament, so it will be exciting for sure.
Well, I think that with this matchup, I think Union has a little bit more advantage than Global Smartmatic because they've been playing longer together. So we'll see. But Global has a lot of good individual players, really good individual players. So we'll see if their individual performances can beat the teamwork of Union.
All right, I'm sure it's going to be an exciting finals matchup, and of course, we will be bringing you the finals next week.
Save the date and block out your schedules. Here's when and where the LBC UFL Plate and Cup finals take place.
Well, the final whistle has sounded.
For more on the UFL, log on to footballalliance.com.ph or look for LBC United Football League on Facebook.
Join us again next week as we bring you the finals. I'm Mariel Benitez.
And I'm Paulo Buendia.
And I'm Mia Cabalfin. And this is the
United Football League, it's our game.